Right.
I'm going to eat or I'm going to get in culture.
So look, let me jump in on that exact point and then transition on. I feel so bad for the people that actually are, their thought process and their mental capacity can only process that some random person gave them $1,500, $1,200 to be exact, and that's all that matters for them to vote in a certain way. Because the knowledge and the base and the reality, again, if we're talking about reality, the reality is that a Democratic Congress appropriated those funds to then for him to sign into law through congressional action that allow for those funds to be dispersed to the community because of COVID that he literally caused. He caused that because I'm going to tell you why. December of 2019, when it was found out that the virus was going around, whether it was from someone eating a bat. Okay, let's talk about that real quick. We have a problem with a Chinese person eating a bat, but we don't have a problem with an Alabamian person eating crocodile. Okay, but now, that when it happened, he shut down the airports. These are real facts. This literally happened. And had a whole airport of international travelers coming into LaGuardia and all the rest, holding them there, understanding because he knew prior to that, according to reports, a book, etc., that this was a virus that was spreadable. So he knew in 2019, before the coronavirus actually hit, the implications and the ramifications of that. But before even that happened, because of Ebola, 4 people died. They wanted Obama to quit, right? Now he came into office and eliminated the playbook for how to handle a pandemic, not just Ebola, a pandemic, something that scientists, unlike him, he didn't even really have grades 1.9 GPA in whatever school he went to, came in and said that that wasn't good, eliminated it, and thus a pandemic came. Now, how is it his fault? He shut down imports and people coming in from China, everywhere else, had them spreading the disease inside the airports. From there, let them go without any tracing. If you're like, tracing a pandemic, you need to know the origins of the source, right? But now you have them all coming into an international airport. You don't know where anybody came from, and then you just release them into the wild.
I personally believe that COVID-19 was planned. I definitely don't think that it was Trump. But I do believe, and there's actually videos that have been deleted off of YouTube.
Planned or not planned, he, as you said, was the president, and he didn't manage that crisis in an appropriate manner. So now, let me finish because I let everybody go. All right? So now, the people went out into the wild without any distractions or being able to trace where people were going or what it was coming from. So all of that went out into the wild. And then from there, him and his crony started doing the if and or them. Oh, they're doing it. Oh, it's their fault. So then that's when you had the whole Asian attacks coming in. Why? Because it was manufactured. He's telling you, like we said, inject bleach. It's going to disappear. I don't need to listen to a fake news. I listen to him say those words. So as a president of the entire country, you should have enough wherewithal to manage a crisis and say, hey, listen, this is what's going on. This is how we need to handle it. And this is how we're going to resolve it. None of those things he did in that situation, which then caused the whole crisis, which we're just now kind of getting out of.
I'm going to pause you there.
So yeah.
I ask you, in response to that, what are your thoughts?
As far as COVID-19, I don't know if anyone actually looked into Dr. Fauci. I encourage everyone to do it. It gets a little deep, dark, and scary when you see some of the things that were said, how they were already coming up with vaccines before actually the outbreak of COVID. I mean, I would, like I said.
So just a question, how long have you known of that word, Dr. Fauci? How long?
Since
like time frame?
COVID.
Since COVID. So that's 2019, 20 what? 19 to 24, 4 or 5 years? How long has Dr. Fauci been in medicine?
I'm not 100%
35 years.
Like I said,
35 years. So I think his medical background and experience supersedes your 5 years of Googling who someone is.
Okay,
Point blank period.
I encourage everyone else to look into it.
We know who Dr. Fauci is. He's been around longer than you've been alive, dealing in medicine.
Well,
just because Donald Trump said that the person that he hired,
didn't say that.
the person that he hired that was in his administration that he never fired because he's such a great business person, 6 times bankruptcy, right? That person that doesn't even know anything about science, technology, math, nothing. Like, he literally is an illiterate. It just came out in the news that NBC promoted him as a businessman and they faked it. So like, he is literally a fake. He is a fake person. And let me help you out. You said your dad was from New York. I'm from Brooklyn, Crown Heights, St. John's, and Franklin, the 4-5 train right there, okay? I know Donald Trump before 2019 and the shenanigans that he used to run in Manhattan and how he used to profit and disparage foreign employees, Polish, Irish, all of those people. He's been cheating people before you knew about him, before now you're saying that he's this great person. He's been a horrible businessman. Have you ever heard of Trump steaks? No. Have you ever heard of? So you don't. So then, if you don't care about his businesses, how do you care about him running a country if he can't run his businesses? So let's again. What is the unemployment rate when he left office?
I can pull up the numbers.
What is the? No, you should know it. You're a Trump supporter. What is the number? You just got into it. Period. Point blank. Period. Go ahead. Just got into it.
We're gonna take a pause.
Okay.
And we're gonna take a break. I'm gonna get some water for our people. It's got a little hot in here.
And I'm gonna ask management to turn the air conditioner on.
Yeah, so give us a moment and we will be right back to another episode of Walk into a Bar. And welcome to another episode of Women's Talk Live. A whole new season, y'all. Whole new season. I'm your girl, April J.
I'm Sassy Scribe.
And I'm Kale. And our special guest,
Miss Nakia Mary. Because you're not a licensed professional, healthcare professional.
There is currently not a license for this.
So you would be more under the holistic?
That is correct. Mm-hmm.
Okay, in the holistic
I'm a
field.
health practitioner.
A womb health practitioner.
Oh, I love that.
I like that. When it comes to a woman's pH, and people don't understand how important our pH is and how men affects your pH balance with their semen.
So men's semen can be too alkaline for the vaginal environment. So that can create a mismatch.
Different discharges.
Yeah.
Self-cleaning.
Yeah. So discharge is important for the body. That is how your vagina is self-cleaning. It is a self-cleaning oven. Just sometimes it needs help.
Okay.
Just like your colon is self-cleaning, but sometimes it needs help. So that's where often women aren't allergic to latex. They're allergic to the spermicide.
That's on the latex.
That's on the latex.
Oh, okay.
So able to wear latex gloves?
Yes.
Then it's the spermicide.
It's from the spermicide.
Oh, okay.
Mystery solved after 50 years.
But look at how many women say I'm allergic to latex and don't want to wear condoms, and they're not actually allergic to latex.
That is.
If you can
I never thought of that.
That's gem right there.
So, ladies, it isn't latex.
It's not the latex.
that usually comes about when intimacy is happening, when there is a mismatch, usually within a few minutes.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because there is a difference between scent and odor. So scent is your natural body chemistry.
You are amazing.
Odor is offensive, and you will know it if something is
Salmon, mahi, or tuna, or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Lifestyle change, or that can be from.
What about age?
Or that could be from when, that's how you know your spouse is cheating, if they have an odor.
And on that note, we're going to come right back.
Cause an odor. There you go. See?
On that note, we are going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Women Talk Live.
We're back. Like we never left. Walked into a bar. It's your boy, Mr. 100 Lifestyle, and my host.
Ronda L Cox.
And guess what? I'm just feeling real pro-independent.
Yay!
You know, I'm in the middle right now, so you know, you want to ask a question for the independent people in the
I'm
world.
gonna ask a question. All right. So, in recent elections, how have you navigated the polarization between Republicans and Democrats, and what makes you choose a candidate for one party or another?
That's a good question.
That's an easy question. All I'm right. glad you asked that.
Mm-hmm.
What it is not about what politics can do for you, it's about what you can do for politics, so it's called civil duty. What can you do your best to keep the agenda of what the the person is in the seat, but you have to do civil duty to make sure the agenda or rules, you may want to pick up what they call the task force to make sure that whatever law is supposed to be passed November 1st, and I'll give an example, the felon voting rights are in, but we have voter suppression since the day they came in. So with our task force, we still got to go into prisons to make sure that the machines are in there, make sure, so if you just go and vote or say that that person, that candidate is not a real person, especially judicially or with my community being a felon community, a felonship community per se, then that's where it really weighs at. And then sometimes you have to sit out. And when I say sit out, assist the agenda of both of the candidates because it's just the right thing we have to do. You don't want to do it, but if you're not doing some things you don't want to do, then you're not doing nothing at all.
Okay.
That's good.
Snap.
That was a good one, yeah.
Snap.
I want to agree with them, right? You got to be engaged, right? So, as Kim said, I am born in the Republic of Panama, so I am literally a foreigner. I came here with my parents. My dad joined the military. I ended up joining the military, so I have a stake in what's going on. But when I was in the military, I was a resident alien, so I wasn't even a U.S. citizen. I didn't become a U.S. citizen until way after the fact. But once I did become a U.S. citizen, I then became involved. So I postcard write, I letter write, I phone bank. My son literally just finished training for election judge, and he's 17, right? Because you can't talk shit unless you're involved, right? And I don't talk shit just because I like talking shit, but because I've been in the military, so I know what that looks like inside the belly of the beast. I've been in banking, so I know what that looks like inside the belly of the beast. And the only way you affect change is to be in the belly of the beast, understanding how the beast moves, and then move to make that change from the inside out. So we want to talk about reparations and we want to talk about law changes and all that, but if you're just sitting back Googling the information and you're not out there fighting for the freedoms and the changes, then you're just what they want you to be, which Kim has said, an indoctrinated sheep running around, whether it's religious, political, or anything else, right? So you have to be involved, and you can't get involved once you're affected by it, right? I'm in the system now, I want to make a change. You need to be able to see what the hell's going on. A young lady here being influenced by misinformation and disinformation, and then just speaking to us adults in a way that's like, you don't even know what's going on. What's the real fight that got us here to be able to vote for a Indian, African, whatever, American woman in this nation of racism and established white supremacy, and then, you know, making those changes from the inside out. So I agree with the independent side of
Can I
that.
ask a question real quick?
Mm-hmm.
So, I heard you mention that you weren't a citizen at first.
Mm-hmm.
Did you experience any prejudice because of that?
So I can say I didn't, but because I wasn't loud, proud, and vocal, I knew my position. I couldn't say shit.
Okay.
I couldn't do shit. I had to just make moves, work, keep my head down, and do what I had to do, which is so offensive a lot of times from the conversations, not from you, but from the side of supporters of Trump. Immigrants are vermin infecting our country, all of that. My love, if the Mexicans, Peruvians, Ecuadorians weren't here, you nor your folks are picking vegetables to eat. You nor your folks are washing dishes in the kitchen, busting the tables. You're not doing those types of things. You're not on the roof, right, in 100-degree weather changing a roof. Your people aren't doing that. You want to tell people how to do it and when to do it. So when you say that those people are coming and affecting the country, that's offensive, because at the end of the day, go look at Mar-a-Lago, go look at Jersey, and see how many immigrants, illegal, a lot of them, are there doing the jobs that nobody wants to do for $2 and $3 an hour. So that's how I feel about that.
Naya, you were going to respond?
Yes.
Well, so much things that are being said. I want to respond to a couple of the things.
Mm-hmm.
On the immigration thing, which I believe Trump, it's not like he's saying he doesn't want immigrants to be here. It's the way that they're coming here. And from what I've heard, a lot of people on social media who did come here, like yourself, who were illegal.
I wasn't illegal coming here.
Oh, you weren't?
Nope.
Oh, you said you were.
I said I was a resident alien, which is legal. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
My parents came here legally. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
I had
And
no
she was
problem.
in the military.
Right,
And
right.
she's now a
Okay, well,
citizen.
people even
Uh-huh.
coming here
Correct.
that way, like you said, worked very hard.
Mm-hmm.
They fought to get where they were, and they they fought to establish a position in America. Now, like I mentioned in the beginning of this, people are coming in here and they're getting free everything, free benefits up to 2 years. And
Is it just the Mexicans or the
No,
Russians and everybody else
Thank
coming here
you.
with
Look
it?
at
So we
Springfield,
speak
Ohio,
truth.
which
That's
Okay.
everyone wants to say,
Okay.
oh, Trump is crazy because he said he's eating the dogs and cats.
He
Look,
didn't mean that, did he? Or he
no,
didn't say it?
didn't.
Which one?
That's what I'm saying.
Which
If
one
you
did he
actually
say or
look-
he didn't mean? Which one? Did he
said
say it?
that.
And did he mean it
And
or
he
not
meant
really?
that.
Okay. So
If
they're
you
eating the
actually-
pets, they're
Yes.
eating the dogs, they're eating
But
the
I
cats.
do believe he's
Okay.
saying that he just was getting his information.
But he knew that it was incorrect before he said it
Okay,
on
and
that
he
day.
said that because he got so much backlash. But if you go and you look at the actual people of these places, they are pissed off.
Are they
Because-
really?
Yes.
Were they invited there or they just showed up? They were invited to Springfield. There were legal
Yes,
Haitians
they
there
had
on
an
temporary
original
protective status. They were
60,000
invited
people were in
there.
Springfield,
Yeah.
Ohio. 60,000 people originally. 20,000 Haitian immigrants just showed up.
They just
They're
showed up.
trashing their parks.
No. They just showed up or were they invited there?
They were brought by America. They were literally flown
Invited, were
in.
they invited there by the Springfield government or they just showed up randomly in Springfield? We have to
they're
talk
coming here
facts.
illegally.
No, they're not illegal. They are
Not
in
all of
Spring.
them are.
No.
Some of them
Let's talk facts. We don't deal with anything but facts. The Haitian community that's in Springfield, Ohio are on temporary protective status, passed as a law, approved and continued under Donald Trump. It's legal. And they were invited to Springfield to help rejuvenate their community economically. There was nothing illegal about them being there, so let's not talk non-facts.
So I'm gonna
Go ahead,
make sure we
yes.
have equal rights. So
Yeah.
Cam,
Yes.
you respond and then keep it a minimum so that we can.
Okay,
bring
so
it-
I just want to address 2 points.
Can
Yes.
you drop on that before you get to your 2 points though?
Which
But
one do you want?
She's saying they were invited there, but there are people of color.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah. they're
Okay,
people of
yeah.
That's the reason
But
it's
I
important.
do want to. I just want to say something up front in terms of, for me, in terms of when you call someone a Democrat or a Republican. For me personally, I had to pick a choice for me to vote in all of the elections. So even though I may have an independent mindset,
Correct.
I still have to choose a side in order to vote in every election. So that, in and of itself, is one of the issues. I think that everybody should be independent and beholden to their own issues.
Absolutely.
But
I
the
agree.
second
Yeah,
thing that
I
I want
agree
to
as
talk
well.
about is the fact that when you talk about all of the subsidies and all of this money that's going to immigrants or people who are coming in, first of all, let's look for the conditions under which they're coming here, and let's look under the conditions under which all of the Eastern European countries have a far easier track to get approval for citizenship. All those Eastern European and Eastern European Jews come, and they're the ones who are getting all of the subsidies that you're talking about that go to Black and brown people, because they're the ones who are welcomed into society. Just like in Bermuda, the English told white people, literally, this is a fact,
That's
we will
facts.
pay you to move to Bermuda in order to populate and repatriate this country. It's the same thing.
Exactly.
At some level, it has to stop being about Republican or Democrat. You vote your interest, and at the end of the day, your interest is not met by somebody who's lying to you, by somebody who's using, he may give pennies or whatever to the Black community, but that's pandering. That's pandering. And then but hold on.
As well as he gave more money.
But you want
help
to talk about the
Black-owned
$1,200? You want to talk about
businesses.
First of all, Trump didn't get. I'm a Black-owned business that's, first of all, an award-winning business. Let me too. But first and foremost, Trump didn't give me a dime, and Trump withheld all of that funding from people who really needed it, who lost their homes in the interim, because he wanted to sign his name rather than whoever leads the Treasury, the director of the Treasury, signing their name. That's why everybody's out here. Trump gave me this. Trump didn't give you nothing. Trump can't give you nothing but herpes, syphilis, and probably AIDS. That's all Trump's gonna wind
And a
up giving
micro
you.
mushroom
Okay?
penis. And a mushroom
Let's
penis.
go.
130,000 to be quiet.
All I need is one mic.
Yes, Naya.
Everybody wants to keep talking about
Whoa.
Trump didn't do anything for the Black community.
I'm scared to pour a drink because I don't want to know what she just said.
Kamala just
I need something
had
strong.
just did an interview, and she was asked what she would do for the Black community, and her exact response was, "I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do anything specifically for the Black community. That's not fair. So why is it that Trump can give more money than any other president to HBC permanent funding to HBCUs?" help fund black-owned businesses than any other person, but Kamala can't do that, and she's the black woman who's
Okay, first of all, I think giving
yeah.
Kamala the cause, first of all, every person who is of color, you cannot put the whole black diaspora on their back. First and foremost. No.
though.
Trump has the ability and the power to say whatever the hell he wants because he.
It's not just
No.
what he said.
What I'm saying is he could say and do whatever he wants because he's that elitist white male. She, just like Obama, had issues and pushback. If you want to say that even like DEI is being taken out of things now, every step forward that we made, this person that you're putting your faith and trust in has shown you by his behavior. It's like people don't believe him. Like he said, I could shoot somebody in Central Park and I wouldn't go to jail. And it's being shown every day by the stuff.
He
It
did.
doesn't
A million
matter. Look at
people
what
died.
he's saying.
A million people.
Look at what he, okay.
Stop doing that.
Look at what he's saying versus what he's doing. You have daughters that we discussed earlier. How do you feel about a man in charge telling you that they can be grabbed by the putty if they're in a position of power? How do you, how? Please.
That was a known leaked private.
Doesn't matter.
doesn't
He said
matter,
it.
my
It
love.
doesn't
He
matter.
said it.
He said it.
I mean, Clinton got the swoosh.
He said it.
And he
And
got
he got
impeached for it. He got impeached for it. Wait. Yeah. Go ahead,
Please
Naya. Go
tell me
ahead,
what Trump
Naya.
has done to bring together in terms of unification. Or is he just proselytizing to whoever population that he feels he can get something? Nothing that he says is provable. It's like you were looking at the Wizard of Oz and you're like, the wizard is this big thing. You have to pull the curtain back. You have to look at what they really do and what they really say.
And let me, can I respond?
Let's hear both.
Okay, Bo.
This comment and then we're going to go to commercial.
Okay.
With this whole thing with both of them that none of us are paying any attention to is 1890. Susan B. Anthony run this.
Explain.
And when we say that, there's a whole army of powerful sisters just sitting back because, first of all, women ain't had voting rights at all
Thank you.
in the first place. So this is not even about, this is more bigger than the black man anyway, because the black woman definitely, she never even got her play with the black suffrage that the white suffrage stole. And when I say that,
Preach.
I'm going to say this,
that
and
part.
it might hurt feelings, I
Preach.
don't mind, but I'm independent because I have education on a process that the Democrats was
Right.
Donald Trump.
Right. That's right.
And if I were to choose to be any, that would be a radical
That is.
Republican when
That
we ran
is.
the Congress. So when I realized
That
people
is.
are out of order, I sit on the sideline because right now,
Yeah.
we are getting into a field that I'm 50, so I remember just coming out of a field that before this young lady got here, we was voting the best of two evils. Last time I checked, Bill Clinton became a black man, and I was real mad sitting in prison that my sisters was calling some white man who had the worst
First
crime
black
bill in
president.
the United States
Yep.
had the nerve. Yes, Hillary won on paper. Like she won, and nobody even knows about electoral college, no electoral.
Yeah, we need to have that
And the
conversation.
live rate right now, say I'm moving to Texas and just left somewhere where the electoral votes are. You just left more power back than you ever know. So if you don't even know about the electoral college,
Exactly.
electoral vote, when you trying to move, think about your family and all that, you need to come back to my stuff I used to run called Streets to the Seats that we had since 2000. You gotta, your vote is your money.
Amen.
Most people have basically threw my grandchild's future away already.
Exactly.
And you know why? Because their kids are already deciding not to vote.
Yeah.
That's
Because we
exactly
still here
right.
rumbling on
Yeah.
a woman that's
Dumbness.
moving.
Right,
But
right.
everybody watch.
Right.
So we
Right.
was the kids that was watching and our parents didn't have
Right.
it together. That's why we
Right.
didn't have it together. So this ain't even new.
Yeah.
I
Right.
heard this conversation when I was 5.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Come on.
And I definitely want to jump in off of that one.
We're gonna
Absolutely.
hold that because when we come back, we're gonna really
Yeah.
spin it and really get into it to close this thing out.
Absolutely.
Y'all have been marvelous.
Go
though. I
ahead,
love
go
every
get
five
your
of
drink,
you
and
points.
we'll be back to ...
Walked into a bar.
before you know it.
That's true.